Good morning, students of class 8th. And last time we had studied about the physical and chemical changes, about the chemical reactions last time. But today we will study about atomic structure. As I told you last time, we would be looking at chapter 4th. So today we are looking at the first part of chapter 4, the first video, which talks about atomic structure. We know that big things are made up of smaller things or tiny particles. So all big things are made of very small particles. For example, if you take tall structures like the skyscrapers or tall buildings, and you can also talk of the smallest things like needle or the pinhead. These are all made of tiny particles, and these particles are called atoms. There was a man by the name of Democritus in 470 to 400 BC, and he was from ancient Greece. He suggested that the world and everything in it were made of particles. There were some properties he saw of these particles. They were invisible to the eye, and these particles were hard, as Democritus thought. They were always moving, and they could not be divided. These particles were indivisible, and he called them atom, which in Greek language means indivisible. So Democritus gave the name atom. Now, from India, we had a philosopher by the name of Maharishi Kannada. He was there in India in the Vedic period, and he used the term Parmanu or Anu for atom. If a pure substance is cut into its smallest pieces, which cannot be cut further, these small particles were called atom or Anu by Maharishi Kannada. Then let us come to John Dalton. Now this scientist, this man John Dalton, he was there between 1803 and 1807 AD, and he put forward his atomic model, and he gave a theory which was known as the atomic theory, and his theory explained about atoms. His theory was based on the law of conservation of mass. If you remember from the first chapter, that law of conservation of mass said that matter can neither be created nor it can be destroyed, but it can be changed from one form to the other. Let us have a look at page number 59 of our books. And here we see in Dalton's theory, he put across the following features about atoms. Each element, he said, is composed of elementary, extremely small particles called atoms. He also said that the atoms of a particular element are all alike. They look alike, but they differ from the atoms of other elements. Then the third aspect was that the atoms are indestructible. That is, they can neither be destroyed nor the atoms can be created. Then Dalton also gave the feature that atoms of various elements take part in chemical reactions to form molecules. We also see that he gave a point, Dalton gave a point, that atoms of different elements combine in a fixed ratio. The atoms of different elements, they can combine in a fixed ratio of small whole numbers to form compound atoms. And now these compound atoms can be called molecules. Now, we see that John Dalton was the first to understand that writing chemical formulae is important. We see that we understand chemistry with the help of symbols. His symbols were very difficult to remember. As we can see here on this page, these were his symbols. This was the symbol for water, this was the symbol Dalton gave for ammonia, and so on. But these symbols were very difficult to remember, and they cannot be used for writing chemical formula because these symbols were very complex. Anyway, he discovered the importance of writing chemical formulas, and which is used today also. Let us define an atom. Children, you can learn this definition by heart. It is the smallest particle of an element which can take part in a chemical reaction. Atoms cannot exist freely in nature. For example, we see here as a atom of sodium. This is an atom represented by the symbol H for hydrogen, an atom which is symbolized by O for oxygen. Then let us see what molecule is. We can define molecule as it is the smallest particle of an element or a compound which can exist free in nature and keeps the properties of that substance. For example, we see that here this is a molecule of hydrogen composed of two atoms of hydrogen. Likewise, this is a molecule of oxygen composed of two atoms of oxygen. Likewise, we see that this is a compound. This is a molecule of water comprising of two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. As Dalton's model could not explain why the above atoms of an element differed in their masses, this led to the giving of modern atomic concept. Scientists found out that atom can be further divided into subatomic particles. So there were three subatomic particles that were discovered, namely electrons, protons, neutrons. You must have studied in class 7th about these. These are subatomic particles that constitute an atom. Let us see electrons. The first subatomic particle, J.J. Thomson, who was an English physicist, he discovered electrons, and he was studying certain rays like we have sun rays. Now he was studying some rays which were called cathode rays, and he found that these rays were made of particles which he called electrons, and he saw that these rays were negatively charged rays because these electrons were negatively charged. Let us study about the characteristics of electrons. These are very interesting and you can learn them also bit by bit. The relative mass, if we compare the mass of an electron with that of a hydrogen atom, the mass or the weight of an electron is about 1 upon 1840th part of a hydrogen atom. And its symbol is E. As we see here, small e is the symbol of electron. These are found outside the nucleus of an atom. Electrons are found in the shells of an atom. Its nature, it is negatively charged, and we see that its absolute charge is 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 C. Now here the symbol C stands for Coulomb. So its absolute charge is 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. Now we see another characteristic of electron. Its relative charge is minus 1. What is the relative charge, children, of electron is minus 1. The electron's absolute mass is 9.109 into 10 to the power minus 28 grams. Now let us come to the second subatomic particle. This subatomic particle was called proton. Now who discovered proton? Goldstein discovered protons and found that they carry positive charge and they are inside nucleus of an atom. Unlike the electrons that were found outside the nucleus, now protons were positively charged and were found inside the nucleus of an atom. These particles moved or flowed in the direction opposite to the cathode rays that were earlier discovered. Now these were negatively charged rays. Now the protons or the proton particles, they moved in a direction opposite to the negatively charged cathode rays. This was one of the properties of protons. Let us see other properties or characteristics. It is shown by symbol P. We can see here that proton is shown by small p, symbol P. Proton is positively charged, that we know by now. Its relative charge is plus 1. We can learn this. Its relative charge is plus 1. 1 positive charge. The relative mass of a proton is 1840 times that of an electron. What is the relative mass of a proton? It is 1840 times that of an electron, or we can say it is 1 AMU. The absolute charge of a proton is 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. Just like the electron carries an absolute charge of 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. Likewise, proton also carries a charge of 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. Its absolute mass is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. What is the absolute mass of a proton? It is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. Now let us look at neutrons. James Chadwick, he discovered neutrons and he found that these particles are neutral or they carry no charge, and therefore he gave them the name neutrons. Let us look at the properties of neutrons. The neutrons are shown by the symbol small n, and these neutrons are also found in the nucleus. It is a neutral particle present in the nucleus of an atom, and it carries no charge, so that is why it is neutral. Then we see the relative charge of neutron as compared to other charges of proton having positive charge and electron having negative charge. A neutron has no charge, or it has got zero charge on it. Now let us see the absolute charge. That is also zero for a neutron. If we look at the relative mass or the relative weight of a neutron, it is nearly equal to a proton, that is 1 AMU. What is AMU? AMU stands for atomic mass unit. So we see, just like the proton, the neutron relative mass is 1 AMU. Let us look at the absolute mass of neutron. The absolute mass of neutron, also like the proton, is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. So you can learn the characteristics of these subatomic particles from the table that is given on page number 61 in your books. This is a summary of the characteristics of the three subatomic particles. So, children, for now we studied up till here. Next time we will learn some more interesting facts about the subatomic particles and about atoms. Till then, wish you good luck. Have a nice day.